Alrighty, hey everybody. It is day 7, and that means we're going to add some tinsel to the tree in the form of tether lines and add some dynamite to the tree. I suspect the tether lines are going to go really quickly for obvious reasons, but the dynamite might not. So there's two ways to acquire dynamite in the game. One being finding it out in the wild, and there's really only a couple ways to do that. You can possibly find it among crash sites on the surface, though I don't remember finding it in recent memory. How I found this stuff is you can find it lying on the floor in caves, or you find it in the cylindrical opening to the Hubble telescope type of satellites. But for the amount that I need, because remember at some point this tree is going to be blown up, so I want enough to blow it up, or in the very least enough to basically just ruin it. I need a whole lot more than what I'm going to be able to find out in the wild. I could probably find enough, but I'm going to be roaming around for hours and hours and hours, and I don't necessarily want to do that. So the other way to do it is to make it with explosive powder. And the way you do that is you need the chemistry lab to actually fabricate it. You need 2 carbon and 1, I forget what it is, argon. I forget what the other what the fuel is, but you need the atmospheric condenser to do it. And in order to get the specific fuel, you need to go to, I believe, arid or radiated. So we need to be able to set one of these up on arid or radiated. And I don't have a large shuttle. No, I don't have it unlocked. And I don't know if I particularly care to work towards unlocking the large shuttle. What I think I might do is, because all you need in order to make large pieces of equipment, like, you know, the research chamber, the soil centrifuge, or the chemistry lab, all you need is the medium printer. And then, of course, in order to operate it, you need at minimum the large platform A. But so we need, if we're going to go to radiated or arid, without bringing any of this stuff, we need to bring a small printer and some resin, and then whatever materials we need to make that specific piece of equipment. So I'm pulling up the Astroneer wiki on my phone, which is, I highly recommend having the Astroneer wiki available to you as you play. The longer you play, the more you will learn this stuff, but in the instance of explosive powder, I've never manufactured it myself, so I need to know exactly what I need to bring. Okay, it's 2 carbon and 1 sulfur. Now this is going to be pretty expensive to make because, one, it involves going off planet, but it's also two other composite materials. No, not even composite. Refined materials. It's two refined materials plus a fuel, an off-world fuel, to make one explosive powder. So this is kind of expensive, but I feel like for something like this where we need to generate a lot of it, and I don't feel like driving around for hours and hours and hours, it's probably the best case scenario. So what I'm going to do, I need to create a list. If I bring that small printer with me, I'll be able to make, let's see. I thought you were able to build that with that. Let's see. Yeah, so I'll be able to build, so I need 1 resin, 2 compound, so let's go ahead. Offload that, and that, and that. I'm gonna bring these with me. So 1 resin, nope, that's tapped out. That soil centrifuge takes forever, and while it might technically be faster than tracking it down in a cave, I feel like it's gonna go faster if I just collect it in the wild. So I'm gonna collect some resin. I just want 2 more pieces. Let's see if I can get another one. Nope. Ideally, I'd like to make the large platform B so that I don't necessarily care about storage, but if I can drop those power cells onto it while I'm working, that will help the hardware work faster. Come on. Nope. So I have 3 of each. So in order to make the atmospheric condenser, though, I need to make the chemistry lab first. I was getting a little bit ahead of myself because I still need the chemistry lab. So let's make the chemistry lab real quick. I know I need tungsten, ceramic, and glass. I will offload this stuff because I also need to make... Let's see, I will use this for... my chemistry lab. That way I'm not burning through this resin that I'd like to use elsewhere. Chemistry lab. Now I know I could look up if resin or compound are on arid or radiated. I'm sure at least one of them is on both planets, but I would like to minimize the chance of it not being there, so I'd like to bring as much materials as I can possibly fit with me. Okay, so there's that. So in order to make the atmospheric condenser, I need... Shoot. I need plastic and iron. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start a time lapse. I may, for the purpose of the final video, I may skip over some of this stuff because I need to go to get the iron, and then bring it back, smelt it, get that going, get the plastic and all that kind of stuff, and you know how to make stuff. That's not going to be critical to actually trimming the tree. So I think I might skip over some of that stuff with the time lapse and skip right back to making dynamite. We'll see how it pans out. I may include some of that stuff, may not. We'll see. Anyways, let's start the time lapse. Alrighty, so I don't know what's going on with my microphone. My headset works for a long time, but evidently the mic shuts off, or my recording software stops recording audio from my mic. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to figure it out. But having the same problem I was having yesterday. There was audio that was not recorded here. But yeah, so here's the finished tree. I got the tinsel tethers around it. I got the red dynamite bells on there. And I don't have enough dynamite to completely blow up the tree. However, what you saw me driving around in the caves for was to collect ammonium, and I plan on making some hydrazine with that ammonium and filling in the blanks in between the dynamite. And I know that the ammonium will cause some big explosions if struck by dynamite, so the idea is to take that ammonium and make some hydrazine and sort of place it here and there around the tree in between the dynamite. But as far as today's daily challenge is concerned, it's complete. The day after Christmas is when we blow it up, so instead of making a little 2-minute video of me going around blowing up all the dynamite, I'll extend it a little bit and make the hydrazine and plant it there. And so I'll do that on the day after Christmas for that challenge. I'm going to try to get a couple challenges done this weekend in addition to the ones that are for Saturday and Sunday. Try to get a few days ahead. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, I think this is done. So hope you enjoyed, and see y'all later.